R.I.P.
Hayden Panettiere.
Such sad news we've learned over the last couple of days, where she's passed only at 36 years of age, which is, she just started life. Many stories we've heard before about young actors in Hollywood going down dark paths, suffering from anxiety, depression, and things of that nature. In this clip, she sits down with Jay Shetty and talks about a story. And I'm just highlighting this because I want people to understand that Hollywood and the people that are in it, a lot of the people in it are snakes. And I don't want to waste much time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dons and donuts everywhere. It's your boy Morgan Heights in the building. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And let's check out this content.
You've had a really unsupported, upbringing. You're now with a friend in the industry and then ending up in a situation like this. Could you talk to me about what that moment does to your psyche when you're that?
I mean, the fact that I was 18, even though I'd lived such a huge life and I thought I was so mature at 18, scientifically, our frontal lobes don't develop until we're 25, 26. So even though I felt like I could make healthy decisions, safe decisions, I wasn't capable of being fully aware of what was going on around me. And it wasn't until I found myself in predicaments that I realized, my perspective completely shifted, and I realized that I was in danger. But by the time I'd realized I was in danger, I was quite literally out to sea. And it was that moment shook me and was shocking. And I was quite literally walked down, and I had been having a great time. There was no hints of anything like that happening. So it took me, I was shocked. It took me by surprise. And it was led by somebody that I had grown to trust and see as a protector and somebody who had my back. And to be walked down the stairs, and it was as like a surprise, presented as though it was like a surprise. And it was this very small room, and she physically put me in the bed next to this undressed man who was very famous and had his hands like this, like this was just, an average day for him. This is something that happens all the time. And I waited for her to leave. And I mean, that lion in me, that fire in me, that my hair stood on end, and I became ferocious. I was like, this is not happening. But I had nowhere to hide. And I bolted, and I hid wherever I could think of to hide on a boat.
You hear these stories all the time in Hollywood with impressionable young people. They get given drugs, they get given drink, and then they get lured into rooms where they're pretty much trapped. Hayden said she was on a boat. What was she supposed to do in that situation? How convenient, on a boat. What are you going to do? Jump off the boat and swim to where? These things are planned, orchestrated, and it's disgusting. Whoever that is, I hope he's already received his karma. And if he hasn't already, it's coming. Because as Hayden says, she looked at it as like this was just a normal day for him. Like this was happening all the time. I keep seeing interviews like this about a lot of these executives and directors and people who own certain companies and gatekeepers using these actresses and actors because you want to be famous or you want an opportunity, but you got to do certain things for it. It's absolutely disgusting. And I'm more than sure that this was a contribution to her depression and anxiety. And it's just so sad because, again, this is something that has happened time and time again to young actors and actresses.
There was no jumping off and swimming away, and there was nobody who was going to, I realized that there was nobody who was going to be empathetic to my situation, that this was nothing new to them.
I mean, it's such a horrifying event to go through and to be put in that position at 18 years old.
And disappointing when somebody lets you down like that. And I'd been let down so much before, and that when you really find somebody that you trust, like, you hold on to them for dear life, and you feel so lucky. So to be betrayed like that is just an awful feeling.
That's what these handlers do. They lure you in, create trust, and then throw you to the wolves. That's how they move. It's so sad.
Do you decide who you trust now?
It doesn't seem like I've done much of a very good job. I don't think I've gotten much better at choosing on one hand, because I do feel like there are certain people that with negative energy, and that are just not good people, that have been drawn to me for whatever reason, and who I've not seen clearly immediately. It took me a while. Like, they really were able to pull the wool over my eyes, which you would not I didn't expect of myself, having had all the life experience that I have, and having had things like that already happen to me. Like, you would think it would have been a learning experience, and I would have made sure that it never happened again. And unfortunately, that was not the case.
It's 1000% parents. Either the parents want to live vicariously through the child, or the parents push them into acting and then don't protect them because they want to live vicariously through that child. I don't know, man. You got them mommagers that do a madness. You've got so many people from a young age boosting you getting into these situations, you getting these roles, and on the surface it looks great, but there's some really, really dark things going on, and we need to expose it all the time as much as we can.
But that being said, on the other hand, I have had amazing people in my life. I mean, my dad has been a huge support system for me since I was a kid. He was the safe space, and there's a lot of me in him. He is the person that kept me grounded and made me, the good in me. I got my big heart from him. But I have, throughout the years, been fortunate enough to meet just incredible people. And I do have a group of friends that are incredible people, incredibly loyal, and are genuinely good. So there are just a few that have snuck in here and there.
I saw that Hayden had passed away, and I remember seeing clips of her talking about her life as a child actor. I thought, let me just show you this clip to continue to expose Hollywood for the disgusting things that they do. The whole thing is going to come tumbling down very soon, and I hope I'm here to see it.